Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to another vlog. So obviously you saw me this morning just getting a few things taken care of, refilling the sugar jar. I was gonna refill the flour jar and we are out of flour, so I put that on my Walmart list for this week. And then dusting, vacuuming, just, you know, the basic things. Whew, vacuuming is a workout. I'm like sweating right now, but that could be too. I'm wearing like a heavy sweatshirt, which is honestly just wishful thinking on my part because it's still in the lower 80s here. So we still have the air conditioning going. But anyway, so goals for today obviously were, you know, the things that you saw me do this morning. I also, this is like a goal. It's not really like a chore type thing. Well, it's a chore to me, obviously. My fluid intake, like my water intake lately, has been absolute crap. So my goal for today is to get at least 8 ounces of like either herbal teas or water, something non-caffeinated basically, and preferably not a ton of sugar either. Because honestly, my doctor told me I should be getting more like 10 glasses, like 10 8-ounce glasses a day, but we'll try for the 8 at least. I feel like I cannot get myself together. Does anyone else have this problem, like where you seriously, it's like every couple of weeks, you have to remind yourself like what it takes to actually just like survive as a human being? Like, yes, you should be eating regular meals. You should be drinking enough water. You should be getting adequate sleep, because I swear I struggle with basic things like that. And it's so stupid. But as soon as I get like stressed and busy, those basic things are the first things to go. And I hate that about myself. Like that's one of those habits that I really, really want to change. but I slip back into it so easily and it drives me crazy. So yeah, goal for today is to get enough fluids. I slept decently last night, which was good because I've been having trouble sleeping, but last night was a little bit better. And I am going to eat regular meals today. It shouldn't be too busy of a day. So anyway, so that is a goal. Another thing, and it kind of goes along with that, is because I want to get enough fluids, I think drinking some herbal tea might be a good idea, just because then that'll switch it up and have, you know, more flavor. So I want to go through my teas today and pull some herbals. I also want to pull some black teas and things like that just because I love those. Obviously, you guys know I don't drink it nearly as much as I used to just because of, you know, health reasons, the caffeine, the kidney stones, it's just a whole thing. It's been a journey, which is really depressing because I have such a massive tea collection and I have decided to kind of just start eliminating it and just picking and choosing like which ones are truly my favorites and, you know, only restocking those. So as far as like collecting teas, those days may be over, maybe not. Maybe at some point I can still get back to that, but at this point I feel like that's just not realistic for me. So I want to do that. There's something else I want to do too with regarding my Christmas books that I have, because my best friend, last year I only had like 2 Christmas books or something in my entire stash of like fiction. And I was kind of surprised by that because I swore I used to have like more Christmas books. Well, anyway, my best friend is a huge reader. So she has, you know, she's always like reading and then getting rid of books and coming across books and picking up books and all these different things. And Christmas is her favorite, like holiday season, the whole thing. So she, of course, had a bunch of Christmas books and she ended up sending me a bunch. That way this year I have plenty of Christmas books. But I think I want to do something fun with reading the Christmas books. So we're going to do that today later in the vlog. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. So yeah, we're going to just dive into it, see where today takes us, see how much we can accomplish, and hopefully have some fun along the way. Okay, so we are up here where all of my tea is, as you guys can see. There's a lot. There's like so much. It depresses me, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It bums me out so much that like I can't drink tea as much as I used to, because collecting tea and trying new teas, it was so much fun. I mean, as you can see, that's why there's so much of it. It was just so fun. And like, I thought that was like a healthy habit. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, you know what I mean? Like, I thought this is a healthy habit that's probably good for my body. And I still go back and forth on that so much. Obviously, you guys know I had the kidney stone and my doctor told me I needed to stop drinking as much tea. I'm one of those people that probably takes it too far. Like, I probably could drink a lot more tea than I am right now and still be fine. But that was like seriously the worst pain I've ever had. And like, I just don't want to go through it again. Not to mention, like, obviously I don't want to go through the pain, but I also don't want to have to go to the emergency room and pay the bills. Like, that's another thing that is just like, oh my gosh. So like I said before, I still don't know what I'm doing as far as tea. Maybe at some point I will go back to collecting and drinking it like a lot more than I am now. But I don't know, it's depressing because I love tea so much and it was such a fun hobby. Okay, you guys, so I have my basket here and I'm just going to do like back in the old days, back like how I used to do. I'm going to show you what's in my tea basket. The only difference is this used to be like what I would have in there for like 2 weeks worth. And this I'm thinking probably will be like for the rest of autumn. So I kind of tried to pull some autumn type flavors, and then I'll probably do this again and pull some Christmas flavors in later. So I'm going to go through, show you what they are. Hopefully you guys like this. I love this stuff, and I know a lot of you guys used to love my tea channel. So for those of you who love the tea channel, this is for you. Okay, so the first thing, this one is just strictly because I need to use it up, and I figured this would be a really good way to get some hydration because this is an herbal tea. It is the Republic of Tea's Hibiscus Sangria Iced Tea.
So this makes 4 cups, like 1 tea bag, because they're like big tea bags and I only have 1 left. So this is just going to be like a, let's get our hydration for the day. And actually, even if I was still drinking tea, I don't think I would repurchase that one. It wasn't a favorite. This is the Adagio Teas Chamomile. You can't go wrong with chamomile. If you are not feeling well, chamomile is good. If you have menstrual cramps, chamomile is good. If you have a stress headache, chamomile is good. If you're having digestive issues, chamomile is good. And it's herbal, so I can drink as much of it as I want. I pulled these. They're Choice Organics. There's 4 of them, and these are the Mandarin Ginger Herbal Teas, so those are going in. Pulled 2 of the David's Tea Ginger Honey, which is an herbal infusion. So those are going in. This is a black tea. No. Oh, no, this is not. I take that back. There is a black one similar to this somewhere. This one is herbal, so this I shouldn't have any problem drinking. And this is, I've never had this before. It's from Yum Cha, and it's pumpkin pie flavored. It's pumpkin cubes, apple, cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, cloves, cardamom, and pink peppercorns. So that should be interesting. This is from the Tea Lab, and this is the peaches and cream. I'm just using this one up because I don't want it to go bad. This is actually one of my favorites, and it is a fruit infusion, so I can drink as much of that as I want. This is Adagio's Rooibos Earl Grey, another herbal, so I can drink as much of this as I want. This is from Simpson & Vale. Now this is the black tea, so obviously I can't go overboard with this. I have this like small pack of it, but I actually have a full-size tin upstairs of this same one because I love it so much. This is from their National Park Tea collection, and this is the Great Smoky Mountains one. It is a black tea with Lapsang Souchong, blackberries, blackberry leaf, marigold petals, and blackberry flavor. So it ends up being this black tea with like a smokiness because of that, the Lapsang Souchong. And then it's got this like burst of brightness from the blackberries. Oh my gosh, this is such a great tea, and it's one of my favorites for this time of year because of that smokiness. Love that tea. I did pull just 4 of my good old English breakfast from Twinings because it's one of my favorites and it's a classic. This is the Traditional Medicinals Organic Roasted Dandelion Root. I love this. If you are someone who likes the kind of like the bitter roasted taste of coffee, you might like this because it does have a bitter roasted taste. And dandelion root is like a miracle herb. It's good for your liver. I mean, it's like such a great, it's so good for you, like honestly. So this is a good one. With this, technically, because it's an herbal, I could drink it as much as I want, but dandelion root can also, it's like a little bit of a diuretic. So I probably wouldn't go overboard with this. I would say 1 or 2 cups a day would be my max, but it is really good for your liver. So if you have fatty liver disease or anything, check into that. What else? This is from a company called Trader Nick's Tea Company, and it's called Ghoulish Delight, which is a black tea that has toffee, chocolate, almond, and earthy pu'er in it. So honestly, the packaging was very, October-esque. So that's why I pulled that. This is another favorite of mine. It's the Dominion Tea Highland Maple. It is a black tea, so I'm going to have to be careful with that one, but it is so, so good. I have a couple of the David's Tea S'mores Chai, another really, really good one. I have a full-size, like, large tin like this of that upstairs, but those are just the only 2 like loose ones that I have. This is the David's Tea Pumpkin Chai. Love this one. And again, it's a black tea, so I'm going to have to be careful. Oh my gosh, but it's so good this time of year. I think that's the problem, you guys. Most of my favorite teas are this time of year. Like the flavors are this time of year, like autumn and just cooler weather. And my favorite kind of tea is black tea, which is the worst one for your kidneys. And that's the one that my doctor said to be the most careful with. So I'm like, what? Okay, this This may be my favorite tea of all time, you guys. Like, I'm talking across the board on all brands and on all tea types. It is a black tea, so I gotta be careful with it. But this is from Adagio, and it is from their Fandom blend teas, and it is the Nightmare Before Christmas one. It is so, so good. Let's see, does it say what's in this? No. And as you can see, I'm getting like so low on it. But I think it's like, it's got like pumpkin spice tea, but then it's got like cream in it. It's the most magical tea, and I swear every time, oh wait, maybe this is on it. Okay, it's pumpkin spice, almond, and cream. That's what's in this. It's like a pumpkin spice latte in tea form. It's so good. And every time I smell this tea or drink this tea, it just takes me to like Halloween. So I love that tea. That's one I'm going to continue repurchasing no matter what, because it's just my favorite. This one is called, well, this is from Calafia Tea. And this one is vanilla lemongrass loose leaf tea. And this is an herbal, so I can drink as much as I want. This is Yogi's Soothing Caramel Bedtime. Again, it is, well, it's caffeine free. I think this is an herbal. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. It's all caffeine free stuff. So this I can drink as much as I want. And having like something like caramely right before bed is nice. Because like I said before, I like a black tea and I like flavors like of fall. But obviously you don't want to drink something like that right before bed because of the caffeine. So this would be a really nice one. Also pulled this Twinings. This is Unwind, which has got passion flower and chamomile in it, but it is spiced apple and vanilla flavored. It's an herbal tea, so I can drink as much as I want. And that apple and vanilla, that just sounded really, really good. And then I also pulled the Twinings Soothe, which supports healthy digestion, and it is orange and star anise flavored. That should be really good. And I pulled the David's Tea Sweet Potato Pie. I have 2 of these boxes. This is completely unopened. I have 2 of these boxes. I have 2 of the like bags of this, and then I also have a full-size canister of this because I love this tea so much, and I am always so afraid that they're not gonna bring it back. This is up there, you guys. This is probably number 2. This one here is number 1. This is number 2. It is so good. So it is a black tea though, so again, I have to be careful with that one. And then the last one that I pulled is the Stash Maple Apple Cider, which is an herbal tea, so I can have as much as I want. So that's what's in the tea basket for the rest of autumn. It is lunchtime, so I am having leftovers from last night. So there is a beef roast and then some mashed potatoes with the gravy from the beef roast and green beans, and then a salad with ranch dressing. Okay, now I wanted to show you guys the Christmas books. So here's what I'm thinking, okay? Obviously, we still have a few months left before we even get to Christmas, but I'm like, I don't know, I've been in such a reading rut, so I'm not reading a ton. So I thought maybe I'll start reading some Christmas books now. Which, let me dive off on a rabbit trail really quick with you guys. Like, I don't always do this, but I have found lately that okay, you know how you're told what should work for you and like everybody does things a certain way, but then you get to a point in your life where you realize like that just doesn't work for you, and it may work for everybody else and everybody may be telling you that it's supposed to work for you, but it just doesn't. I have been finding that about myself, and here's what works for me. I am somebody who loves to plan. Like, I love to plan ahead. I like to get excited about things way ahead of time. And honestly, the planning and the anticipation and all of that sometimes is more fun to me than when you actually get to, you know, whatever said thing. And I seem to be like that with seasons and with holidays. So for me, I'm ready to start reading Christmas books now.
And by the time December gets here and I have all my Christmas decor out and it's all Christmas in the stores and it's Christmas on the TV, by that point, I'm done with Christmas. Like not the actual holiday itself, but as far as like the planning part and the being excited about it and like wanting to read Christmas books and stuff, I'm usually done by then. Like I'm at that point, I am moved on to like, I'm going to want to be reading like spring break books and beach reads and stuff like that. Just because I'm always like ahead of what's actually happening. And the reason that I noticed that is because I have been excited for autumn all year. Like I seriously was excited for autumn on, you know, December 1st of last year. Like I was already planning for autumn and anticipating autumn and looking at autumn pictures, and you know, I was in the mood to read autumn books and watch autumn movies. Now that autumn's here, I'm not, like, I am doing those things to an extent, but like I said, the planning and the anticipation was more exciting and more fun to me than actually like how it is now. Because life, you know, it gets busy, and you honestly, it's like you never truly get to do things up the way you think you're going to, which is kind of sad. But all of that to say, I've always been this way, you guys. Like I am the girl that, you know, it will be snowing outside and I am like wearing coconut perfume because I'm dreaming of summer. And it's just a weird thing. Like, and the other thing that I've noticed is that now that autumn is here, I don't even want to look at like autumn recipes and get excited about it. I don't really, you know, like as far as scrapbooking and stuff like that, I don't even want to like do any scrapbooking with autumn things. I'm like in summer mode, or I'm in Christmas mode, or I'm in spring mode. So I'm always like not in the season, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. So I have been telling myself and giving myself permission with everything, not just with books, but even with movies. If it's August, well, not August, because that would be pretty close, but if it's, you know, if it's May and I am in the mood to watch, you know, Charlie Brown Halloween, close the blinds, brew myself, you know, a pumpkin spice latte or something, put on a cozy sweater, even though we'll have the air conditioning running, and watch my Charlie Brown and be in that mood. It's okay to be in that mood. Stop looking at the calendar and letting the calendar and other people dictate what you're allowed to like at what time. So, and then also just, yeah, kind of going back to what I said earlier, it's just separating like the fact that what you may be told or what society may be pushing and saying that this is what's supposed to be working for you, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to work for you. Learn to distinguish what you're told is going to work and what actually works. And right now for me, like I have more fun in the planning stage, in the anticipation stage. Like on Pinterest and stuff, I am all about like the Christmas cookies right now. I'm all about looking at like the Christmas aesthetic and tree decorating and all of that. It's so exciting to me because it's the anticipation of what's to come. And like I said, once Christmas gets here, I'll be ready for, you know, like Cinco de Mayo. So anyway, I'm going to start reading my Christmas books now, you know, even though it's only October. I don't think I'm actually going to get through all of these. I mean, maybe I will. But again, I'm not going to like drown myself in Christmas. Like if I start getting sick of Christmas, then I'm not going to, you know, continue reading Christmas. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys all of the books, and I'm going to wrap every single book, and I'm going to put them on a shelf. And when I start reading Christmas books, when I'm in the mood to start reading Christmas books, I'm going to take one and unwrap it, pretty much not knowing what book it's going to be. So it's going to be kind of like a blind pull, basically. Like it's a surprise what I'm going to be reading. And the other thing about these, I have not read even like the back of the book to even see what any of these are about. Literally, I've only looked at the covers. So I have no idea what any of these are even about, which kind of adds to it. So I don't know. It should be fun. So the books that I have, these are all from my best friend too. She sent all of these to me. I don't remember for what. I don't think it wasn't my birthday. It was before that. Maybe she just randomly sent things. I can't remember. But, okay, this one is called Colorado Christmas Magic by Caitlin McKenna. And I'm not gonna read the back of the book or anything like that because I don't really want to know what these are about. Like I said, I want them wrapped so I don't know which one I'm picked, and I don't want to know, you know, what they're about. So, and then this is A Very Merry Match by Melinda Curtis. We have The Most Wonderful Time by Fern Michaels. Christmas Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses by Jenny Hale. Now, that is interesting that that's on there. I don't remember what this one is about, but I know this is actually on my Christmas book, like, wish list / reading list, like ones that I wanted to read. We have Wishes for Christmas by Fern Michaels. Christmas at Fireside Cabin by Jenny Hale. Christmas Everlasting by Nora Roberts. Happily This Christmas by Susan Mallory. The Holiday Swap. Okay, this is another one that's on my like TBR, like wanted to buy list, but I don't remember what it's about. It's called The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Comment below and tell me if you've read any of these. Except for you, Kim. I know you've read all these because you sent them to me. A Blue and Gray Christmas by Joan Medlicott. The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. A Gingerbread Romance based on the Hallmark Channel original movie by Lacey Baker. I don't watch Hallmark Christmas movies. Like, I mean, I've watched like a handful, but it's not one of those things that I do like religiously like a lot of people. So I'm not familiar with that one. Christmas in Evergreen, Bells Are Ringing. And this is another one based on a Hallmark Channel original movie. And this is also by Lacey Baker. So that's all of them. I'm going to go ahead and wrap them, and then I will show you guys what it looks like, and we'll put them on a shelf so that I can pull one. Honestly, I will probably pull one tomorrow. Like, I probably will start a Christmas book tomorrow, just because I'm so, like, ready for that. So let me get these wrapped. They are all wrapped, so let's go put them on my shelf. And there they are on the shelf, ready to go. So like I said, I will probably pick one tomorrow to start. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here, but if you made it this far, drop me a like Christmas tree emoji or like a snowflake emoji, something Christmassy, some kind of a Christmas emoji so that I know that you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you very soon.